AHS Tower, probably the best real estate investment in Dubai at the moment. The good news for office space investors is that the demand is not really going to change anytime soon because 1% is the supply that is coming to the market in 2025. The interior is going to be insane. The exterior is absolutely... I'm struggling for words, honestly. Good morning and welcome to the vlog. And with that being said, I'm not going to beat around the bush and just get straight to the point. Last week my clients have bought half of a floor in a commercial building called AHS Tower, and I'm not only happy because I did a sale for 14.6 million dirhams, but I'm also happy because I'm pretty sure that my clients made probably the best investment currently available in Dubai's real estate market. And in today's vlog, I'm going to show you and tell you all about it. So the agenda for today is very simple. Now I'm gonna go to the office, I have a few meetings, and after that we are going to go and drive to the actual physical location because the AHS Tower is not a complete new build, it's a renovation of a building which has a very interesting story that I'm going to tell to you. And yeah, we're gonna go there, I'm going to show it to you. Then we are gonna head to AHS office where I will show you the mock-ups and overall we'll give you a little bit more information. And lastly, we are gonna go and look into the numbers and what makes this investment insanely good and probably one of the best ones currently available on the market. Well, available is a strong word because out of 69 floors, only around 10 are left, but well, there's still stock. So I'm going to tell you all about it. And now, without further ado, let's get into the office, and today's video is going to be a very, very good one.
Teach you what you don't know. Don't be lazy, drive me crazy, be my virtuoso.
Alright, so I have arrived at the first destination, which is Al Yaqub Tower. And you probably might ask me, but Jonas, you said it's AHS Tower, which it will be, but the structure currently is in place, and that is because AHS Tower is not a completely new build, it's a full-on renovation, interior and exterior, and currently the building as it stands, it is Al Yaqub Tower, and the story about it is pretty interesting because as you can see from the videos that I filmed, it does look like a clock tower similar to Big Ben in the UK, and that was kind of an inspiration for it. It was supposed to be a luxury hotel which looks similar to Big Ben, but with some disagreements with England, which is kind of understandable. They do not want things looking like Big Ben. The clock was never put there, and overall the hotel has never opened its doors. And now AHS, the developer, has purchased Al Yaqub Tower and they are converting it into AHS Tower, which is going to be probably one of the best commercial buildings in Dubai. And now before I tell you more about the numbers, about the developer and everything, let me just take you there, let me show you how it looks, and yeah, you'll see why it is so good. Because right now where we're sitting, we're right next to the Museum of the Future. It's literally there. And fun fact, the AHS Tower has the same architects and design team as the Future Museum. So that tells you that it's going to be very futuristic and very, very interesting. So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is that the location itself, hopefully my editor can put a map here, is insanely good. It's right on Sheikh Zayed Road, the main road in Dubai, and also it's right next to DIFC, which is like 2 minutes walk, Dubai's International Financial Center. So the location cannot get any better. The interior is going to be insane. The exterior is absolutely, I'm struggling for words, honestly. English is not my native language, so it's hard to describe how good AHS Tower is going to be. But yeah, let's just go out, let me fill you some footage, and then we're gonna go to the office of the developer AHS. By the way, two things which I forgot to mention. Excuse me being sweaty, I was just out filming the AHS Tower. The two things that I need to mention is, first of all, I'm not sure if you can see it here, but the AHS Tower will be completely connected to the metro. So it has direct access to the metro, and for an office building, this is very important and very convenient. And the other thing is that, since I told you it was supposed to be a hotel, it already has amazing amenities, starting from cigar lounge, members club, fitness center, pool and spa area, and also a rooftop bar and a restaurant. So most of the office buildings do not have that, but since it was supposed to be a hotel, AHS is going to have all of it. So now let's go to AHS Properties office and I'll see you there. And we are back in the office. And now, since you have seen how the building looks and you went to the developer office with me, unfortunately they didn't have the mock-up of the AHS Tower, but I think my editor will help me out with this one, and we'll just put renders of the building all over this video. But now I think it's time to speak about the company which is behind the AHS Tower, the developer AHS Properties. And first of all, the owner of AHS Properties is Abbas Sajwani. And if you are familiar with Dubai's real estate, the surname Sajwani probably seems familiar to you, because Hussein Sajwani is the father of Abbas Sajwani, who is the owner of AHS Properties, and Hussein is obviously the owner of Damak, and one of the richest people in UAE in general, and Damak is second largest developer in Dubai. So Abbas is the son of Hussein, which obviously means that he's already coming from a real estate family. But AHS Properties is pretty different from Damak, because what AHS focuses on is only the ultra luxury segment, which means that the complete entry point to AHS Properties residential units is 20 million dirhams. So they really like building on the water canal, and basically the cheapest 2-bedroom on that canal is 20 million dirhams for a 2-bedroom. That just shows that it is a ultra luxury developer and that they are definitely not cutting any corners. So this is also one of the reasons why purchasing in AHS Tower is so good, because you know that the developer behind it definitely knows how to produce the highest quality products, and that just shows that they're very, very precise with their developments and their choices of actual projects. So yeah, with all that out of the way, you kind of have the backstory and everything. Now the only thing that is left is the numbers, which actually make AHS Tower probably the best real estate investment in Dubai at the moment, and I am going to get into the numbers shortly. It's around 2:30 p.m. now, so I would like my colleagues to just go home later so that I can use the screen in the middle of our office freely and without disturbing anyone. So yeah, let's just go back to work, and I will get back to the numbers and I'll show you everything in the next 3 to 4 hours. See you. Alright, so the fun part begins now, and let's dive into the numbers so that you can fully understand why AHS is probably the best investment at the moment in Dubai, and why every single broker is losing their minds trying to sell AHS, why there is still some stock left. So I know I wrote a lot of numbers on the screen and I will explain every single one of them, but first let's start with the right side, and it is 95%. And 95% is the occupancy rate of A-grade offices all across Dubai, which means that 95% of offices are rented out. So essentially, there is nothing left in Dubai to rent. And if you're a big company who wants a nice A-grade office, you're basically going to either wait or massively over. And so basically what this 95% number shows you is that the demand for A-grade offices in Dubai is insanely high, and the supply is just not keeping up with it. And the good news for office space investors is that the demand is not really going to change anytime soon, because 1% is the supply that is coming to the market in 2025, which means that A-grade office supply is only going to increase by 1% this year. That just basically means that the rental prices and the overall prices of A-grade offices are only going to go up. And now let's move to the second graph of numbers, which is 5,000 to 6,000 AED per square foot. And this is basically the price of competitors that AHS is going to compete with for the offices and for the companies that are going to be renting these offices. So basically, if you want something similar to AHS, you are going to pay anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 AED per square foot for the offices. And the worst part is that most of these offices that I'm comparing AHS to are not even going to be handed over anytime soon. So if you want an off-plan office, you will have to wait until 2028, and in some cases to even 2029 Q4, which means that even if you buy now at 5,000 to 6,000 AD per square foot, you're still going to need to wait 3 to 4 years to see your first returns. Where AHS, well, AHS is kind of in a league of its own, because the price is 4,000 AD per square foot, which is unheard of, and it kind of sounds too good to be true, but it actually is. And the best part about it is that the handover is at the end of next year. So basically, you are buying it now. I will add the payment plan somewhere here in the video so that you can see it, but basically you will be getting the keys at the end of 2026, and you will start getting rental returns in less than 1.5 years. So that makes AHS even more of an attractive investment to the people who are looking where to put their money in Dubai commercial space. And then, I know that I'm doing this pretty fast, but you get the point. Very, very high demand, very, very low supply. All of the other projects are not the best. AHS, by handover and by the pricing, is basically unheard of. And now let's get into the last graph, because this is actually very important, because my clients are going to rent it out. So rental returns in commercial space are probably even more important than actual price that you're buying it for, just because when you're trying to sell a commercial unit, basically most of the time the buyers look at the rent price that you are getting. So for example, if you have a contract for 12% yearly return and the contract is 5 years long, people are buying it as a business more than they're buying it as a piece of real estate. So, I mean, it's always going to appreciate as a piece of real estate, but the rental part is just as important. So, let's look at the numbers. 450 dirhams per square foot is, I would say, the low end of the spectrum, and it's like kind of a worst case scenario looking at the current market comparables and at the offices that are going to come in the near future. So basically, if you're getting 450 AD per square foot rental, that is around 10% net return for the investment, which actually is insane. If you compare it to residential, 10% is very, very high, but that's not the best part. The best part is that actual and achievable returns are 550 to 600 AD per square foot, which basically puts us at 12 to 14% yearly return just from rent, which is unheard of, I would like to say. And yeah, I'm not promising you 12 to 14%, but if we look straight to the numbers and to the current market comparables on Property Finder or Bayut, this is what you can achieve, and this is very, very doable. So yeah, basically, if you're looking at this property, worst case scenarios would probably be around 25% growth after handover, which is massive. I could say that you're going to reach 6K like some people do, and that you will get 50% return on your investment. But I think that in life, it's better to under promise and over deliver. So let's focus on 25% and 10% plus rental yield, which is actually very good in itself. And so this brings me to my last part, the sizes and the prices, which are the half floor. I actually sold a half floor, and the price is 14.5 million, which comes up to 4,080 per square foot. And I would say that the size is amazing. It's not too big, it's not too small. And the amount that you're paying, well, it might seem like a lot at first, but when you compare it to any other off-plan A-grade offices, it's a low price tag. And that's why everyone is losing their minds in the AHS office, because every single buyer who has the budget wants to get into AHS. So yeah, there's also an option for full floors at 30 million, but I mean, the prices do not change, so half floors are just as good as full floors. And that's basically it. This is the numbers, and yeah, I will end the video a bit later in a different location, but I hope my explanation was clear, and I hope now you kind of understand why AHS Tower is one of the best opportunities on Dubai, in Dubai's off-plan market at the moment. The filming is finished. What do you want to say to the vlog?
Zanas is scared to do a vlog in front of people. But
whoa,
yeah, he should have me as a cameraman. I think I would have done a good job. Cream can be his model.
And we're back home, and today hopefully I've managed to convince you that AHS is amazing. And not only that, the video was not only to like highlight the AHS and sell it, because there isn't practically any stock left, so I'm not trying to sell it to you, but what I wanted to showcase is that Dubai and UAE in general isn't only about apartments, villas, townhouses. You can also find the hidden gems like AHS commercial units if you take your time, if you do your research, and if you dive deeper and dig deeper into the depths of Dubai's real estate. So that's what your agent should be doing. And yeah, that's it from me today. I am going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to Blue Waters, probably to my favorite restaurant in Dubai, and I'm going to put it on this vlog. But if you were only here for the investment part, it is over. And now I'm gonna finish the video by working out and eating some good food. So if you're interested, keep watching and I will show you videos. If you're not, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.